And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.
Everyone, welcome back for another episode of Adams for the Love of Movie Picks. This time around, we're going to be talking about the 2023 horror film, The Jester. Now, I just want to read you some of the things off the case for this. I've never seen so many references, or whatever you want to call it, comments from movie reviewers on a case before. A proper supernatural shocker. There's a new clown in town. Gleefully gruesome. This year's must-see horror. On the back it says, Terrifier meets Wishmaster. So this one, even though it's a good production quality video, it's not like, Avatar production. Like, it's not huge movie scale. And also, that being said, it's not a mainstream cast by any means. Like, I don't really recognize any of the actors in this. So you got Michael Sheffield as the Jester, and he also plays Liam. Leela Symington as Emma. Delaney White as Jocelyn. Matt Servito as John. Lena James as Madison. Mia Ray Roberts as Alexis. Riley Collins as young Emma. Mary Jane Pentoni as young Jocelyn. And that's pretty much the extent of the main characters and actors that you really need to know in this. So, The Jester is a bit, even though it was made in 2023, it's a bit of an old school horror movie. It relies on more practical jump scares than, slice and dice gore, or, modern visual effects. Like, for example, the old classic, pan behind the character and the villain standing beside him ready to kill him kind of thing, in the old classic jump scares. It's got a really good modern or old school horror feel to it for a modern horror movie, but it's still got enough of a modern take that it makes it different, So basically, the Jester is a supernatural character. I guess you could say he's almost a demon that torments a select group of people on this particular Halloween night in this small town. It's, for me, one of the things that it makes it stand apart is the way he kills people. It's something I haven't really seen before in a horror movie. Like, he'll use, I know it sounds corny, but he uses magic tricks for the most part to kill people, which doesn't sound terrifying, but when you think about it, he's able to kill people without even really touching them, which in itself is terrifying. And he kind of reminds me of Jason Voorhees in a way, because he doesn't talk. He just goes about he talks through body language, but he doesn't physically speak. Which in itself kind of makes him terrifying and creepy. The mask kind of reminds me of the mask from the Guy Fawkes mask from V for Vendetta, but more terrifying. It's that style of mask. It's almost like a porcelain mask. It's super creepy, and the Jester is definitely a unique character in the horror world. That's for sure. So the basis of it is, it starts out, the Jester is, after this particular one man who's a father to two different daughters with two different women. Not cheating or anything, just was married to two different women at two different times. And he's really estranged from the older daughter from the first marriage. And he tries to reconcile with her, for, his past misdeeds. And she refuses to hear him out, and the Jester kills him. And then basically it's throughout the movie, it's the Jester following the two daughters around, the two half-sisters around. And terrorizing them. I won't say too much about what happens, but for me, probably the most unique kill scene in the movie takes place in the liquor store. After the older daughter, Emma, is attacked by the Jester, maybe not so much attacked, but terrified or terrorized by the Jester, she seeks shelter in a liquor store. Now, the liquor store clerk, she had just been in there buying a bottle of booze. He thinks she's nuts. So he calls the cops on her. Lo and behold, she tells him, hey, look, I didn't do anything. I'm not drunk. I'm not making this up. There's this dude, chasing me and terrorizing me. And the Jester comes into the liquor store and kills the two cops. The way in which he kills one of the cops is something I have never seen before in a movie. It's quite terrifying. I won't say too much more because I don't want to give it away. But yeah, it's just a unique, different take on a horror movie. The one thing I will say about this movie that I feel like it could have been more. I feel like if you brought this, like if they ever were to do a sequel, I feel like they could bring this like on a broader stage. Like I'll use an example, like when Jason Voorhees leaves Crystal Lake in Friday the 13th Part 8 and goes to New York. That kind of idea, like, make it a wider, kill range, a wider victim range. I feel like the Jester could be, so much more. And, maybe bring in a few well-known actors. I think it could have been so much more. But that being said, it's still a great watch. Like I said, even though these are not well-known actors in this movie, they do a really good job, and it's a really enjoyable watch right from the get-go. So if you're a fan of horror, I highly recommend The Jester. As always, feel free to leave a comment down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, please click that thumbs up button, leave a like. And as always, if you really enjoy my videos, please subscribe to my channel, alright? I would greatly appreciate it. That's all we have for you this week, folks. We'll catch you next week for another episode. Take care.